Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's Thursday, July 18th at 9 a.m. Justin, I'm excited because I can see that rain on the radar just north of us. So it's kind of like a countdown. How much longer? I mean, it looks like the sun's kind of out right now.
Yeah. But it's starting to get covered up by those clouds. And we're looking towards those storms, by the way. Now, the one caveat to this is I'm starting to notice that we're getting this outflow boundary here. What happens with these lines of storms when they push out these outflow boundaries? If they get too far ahead, it becomes outflow driven and you start to see what's behind it here weaken. So I think we're going to get some weakening over the next hour as this moves a little closer to San Antonio. But our hope is that it at least holds together some, that we get some rain out of it. Certainly a lot of lightning strikes, especially on the eastern flank of this storm. So let's first put it into motion. And we'll look over the last hour, and you can see it's made some pretty good progress off to the south. But there is that outflow that's getting pushed out ahead of that line. And once it arrives, it will kind of stabilize things. And that's why whatever's behind it tends to kind of calm down at least a little bit. So let's zoom in closer here. And that outflow boundary is just moving through Canyon Lake. So you're getting some gusty winds now out of the north. And then that rain will shortly follow that. That outflow boundary should be in the San Antonio, I'd say, within the hour. And we'll see how these storms hold together. But up 281 west of Wimberley, some good heavy rain there right where it intersects with 290. Fredericksburg, you are now in the showers and storms. The way this thing is kind of oriented, it's going to be the hill country first, but also our far eastern counties probably seeing some heavy rain before we get it here in San Antonio. So I'm looking at you, Howitzville. These storms are kind of closing in on you, and this is the stronger part of this line of storms. Same for Gonzales. And we can pause it, and we can put this ETA on there. So if you're watching from, say, Gonzales or Howitzville, should be there by about 10 or so, a little bit later this morning. I think that's probably about right for San Antonio, too, just because this outflow boundary is, again, sort of racing out ahead of this storm. So that puts it here about 10:15 or so. That is what we're going to be watching. There is some heavy rain involved here. There's some flood advisories where these storms have been sitting most of the morning. So the forecast for today, we're going to leave in a 40% chance of rain. I'd say mid-morning through about 3 o'clock, and then we'll bring rain chances down a little bit. It's not to say we couldn't see some redevelopment. It just will be fewer and far between as we get into late this evening and tonight. Okay, now let's talk traffic. We've got some showers and storms moving in, but nothing yet. It's still fairly far to the north, so we're not seeing really any big issues on the roads. This is 90 at Medio Creek, 281 at Borgfeld, and you can see the dark skies there in the distance as we look north with that TransGuide camera. 151 at West Military, smooth sailing there, 410 at Starcrest. We've had some issues this morning, but for the most part, everything looks pretty quiet right now. We'll switch it very quickly over to our maps, and it does show a couple of issues, namely on the east side there along Interstate 10, just outside of downtown. That's not causing any slowdowns. And then up around I-35 and 1604, looks like we do have an incident there. But again, no big slowdowns. Most everything is green there on our map, and that's what we like to see. This could change, though, a little bit later this morning as some of those storms move in. Guys.
Thank you, Justin. I was just looking at the TxDOT website, and only a disabled vehicle, and that's by Wiseman and 1604 and construction. So looks pretty good for the most part. Thank you.
Here's today's 9 at 9.
An investigation is officially underway into the assassination attempt of Donald Trump. Officials say 20 minutes passed between the time the Secret Service snipers first spotted the gunman on a rooftop and the time shots were fired at the former president. Secret Service has come under scrutiny for its response to the shooting.
Meanwhile, Trump is set to take the stage tonight at the Republican National Convention and officially accept his party's nomination for president. It will be the first major speech since the assassination attempt last night. Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, the man vying to become the next VP spot, introduced himself to America.
The Houston area is still recovering after Hurricane Beryl. Thousands of people in the area still need help, and our John Paul Barajas is there with a nonprofit making sure that young children don't go hungry. We have more information about how you can help on KSAT.com.
More wild summer weather across the country as another round of storms and heavy rain hit the East Coast, including at least one confirmed tornado. The weather also wreaked devastation across the Midwest. More than 80 patients were evacuated from an Arkansas nursing home due to flooding. And overnight New York, downpours, flooding roads, and lightning illuminating the sky.
The U.S. Navy has exonerated 256 black sailors who were unjustly court-martialed back in 1944 after the Port Chicago explosion in California that killed 320 people. The sailors had been punished for refusing to go back to work in what they considered to be an unsafe environment.
A lot of eyes are on Wall Street. This comes as tech stocks are taking a hit and dragging the markets down. The Nasdaq closed off 2.8% Tuesday. That's its worst day since 2022. The S&P was also down.
There may be a dip in the pool business, the Wall Street Journal says, after a COVID-fueled boom in business to install new backyard pools. Some installations are pulling back to pre-COVID levels. However, some installers think a drop in interest rates could kick demand back up.
Today, Netflix will be reporting its second quarter results. Analysts think it will show subscriber growth has slowed significantly, but they are expecting Netflix to show much stronger ad revenues thanks to more people opting for the ad-supported tier.
Tinder is rolling out an AI photo selector to help users find love. The feature uses facial recognition to curate the best profile pictures. Tinder says this tool will save time and potentially improve match success. And that's today's 9 at 9.
Arboretum San Antonio wants to hear from you. The team has been engaging with the community and is hosting its first input workshop next month.
Well, our Tiffany Huertas takes a closer look at the site designated for San Antonio's first Arboretum, where residents expressed their anticipation and enthusiasm for the project.
This massive green space filled with trees on the city's southeast side is catching the attention of locals.
I love the idea for the education aspect.
San Antonio residents stopped by during our interview with Thomas Corser, the CEO of Arboretum San Antonio.
We're in master planning. We're going to get a readout this week from the master planning team.
Corser shared details about the Arboretum project underway at the former Republic Golf Club, located along Southeast Military Drive.
So I'm a teacher at South San High School. I teach environmental science, and just to bring the kids out here, this is amazing to have in our neighborhood.
Corser says they have been doing community engagement events and invites people to the first input workshop. It's taking place on August 19th at Mission Library. One session happening at 3:30 p.m. and the other at 5:30 p.m.
That will be a big event where people can come and give their input, show their passions about an arboretum and what it can do for San Antonio and what they'd like to see.
A survey is also out where residents can share their vision for what Arboretum San Antonio should look like.
It will have nice, curated, manicured areas, but it'll be largely that peaceful, contemplative, restorative walk in the woods, where you'll be in nature and you'll have time to celebrate that and to learn about it.
In May, the design firm Sasaki was chosen as the master planning firm responsible for developing the foundational plan for San Antonio's first Arboretum.
Some of the Sasaki leadership is coming in town to give us a readout of the phase 1 of their work, which is much of the baselining to understand what trees we have, what soils we have, what water situation is.
Locals are eager to explore this area.
I'm very excited about what's going to happen here.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
Time now, 9:07 and 81 degrees for now. Still ahead on GMSA at 9.
We're going to take a look out at TransGuide. It looks like there is a stalled vehicle there. I took the camera too quickly. I couldn't even see where it was. 281 and Grayson. Traffic is flowing well right now. If there's any major incidents, we will let you know about them.
Welcome back. It's 9:10. Well, it is still technically summer. However, many of us were already thinking about the upcoming school year because of all the stuff we see at the stores. That means back to school shopping.
Ready to see all of the HEB moving around for the back to school shopping. Patty Santos joins us with some
expert tips to help you save money this school year. Good morning, Patty.
Hey there. Good morning, ladies. Well, back to school shopping can be really expensive, especially if you have more than one kid. Experts say first thing to do before you shop is to take inventory. Here are some of the things to keep in mind from a smart shopping expert. Take a listen.
Your child may have a perfectly fine backpack that just needs to be run through the wash. They may have school supplies in that backpack that have not been used or in good condition to use again. Have them try on all their clothes and then make your list from there, because it doesn't make sense to go out and buy a bunch of things that you don't need.
We got a lot of pencils at my house. Vaj also says buying clothes secondhand can save money. And don't forget, we do have some tax-free days when you can buy school supplies without paying state sales taxes. And finally, Vaj likes the idea of giving kids a gift card so they can buy their own school supplies and clothes and learn about spending and budgeting. And check this out. College students can save big with these deals. Several locations and subscriptions offer discounts to help students save money. Whether you are just entering college or close to graduating, these deals can help. KSAT has compiled the list of companies offering college student discounts on products and subscriptions. Just look for this story. Also on our website, as you get your kids ready for the first day, KSAT has compiled all the Bexar County and surrounding school districts on back-to-school start dates. I have that question, so you can find that complete list on KSAT.com. And don't forget, you can find all kinds of educational content for your kids on our website. Just head to KSAT Kids section. Steph, Sarah?
Thank you, Patty. I already know when school starts for my little one. It's August 13th. And she was like, it's so soon. I'm like, you still got time.
When do your girls start?
I don't know. Sometime in August. I'm not sure the official date, actually. I'll look.
Oh,
way to backtrack on that one.
Yeah. I'm the one that's usually in charge of the back-to-school schedule, I'm sure Luis doesn't know either.
I think it's mid-August.
Yeah.
Sometime.
Yeah.
You're doing great.
Right around the corner. I'm trying.
It'll be fine.
Trying.
They're trying to enjoy summer break. That's why.
Sure. And today's going to be a little bit rainy in spots. If you're going to be out and about today, maybe you want to go to the pool. I'd wait a little while because we've got a line of showers and storms headed our way. Now, this is what I'll tell you. This is weakening. Okay, so we're not going to get the full force of this thing. And due in large part to what I was explaining earlier, the outflow boundaries got way out ahead of this thing. And a lot of times when you see the outflow boundary this far ahead of the line, it's becoming outflow driven and you're going to see kind of things weaken a little bit behind it. That said, we're still getting some good reflectivity here, meaning we're still seeing some pockets of heavy rain, still some lightning strikes. And you know what? Let's look at the lightning strikes because that's always a telling feature of whether or not things are weakening. So if you look when the frame started, when these storms were further north, there was over 400 strikes. Now we're down to 279. So that indicates a general weakening trend with these showers and storms. So let's zoom in a little bit closer. There's the outflow boundary. So it's just about to move into Bulverde and New Braunfels. Expect some gusty winds, gusting 30, maybe 40 miles per hour. Not a big deal, but it will get windy. And then behind this, you'll get these showers and storms. Now it lags a little bit, but we're seeing that move in around Canyon Lake. So if you're watching us from Canyon Lake, you're probably hearing a little bit of thunder out there. Fisher, rain's coming down along 281. Blanco down the Spring Branch, heavy rain here. So that's not going to be a fun drive for those who are within that cell right now. You get some pretty heavy stuff out towards Fredericksburg, some lightning strikes here. The rain's coming down heavy. Kerrville, you're next in line, followed by Comfort and eventually Bernie. You will also get this rain. I'd say within the next hour. It'll be there for Kerrville probably within the next 30 minutes. Then we go to the eastern flank of this storm, and this is the strongest part of it, quite honestly. This is where we have some pretty intense storms here with plenty of lightning strikes. It's just made it through Bastrop, Smithville, and then it's working its way towards Welder and Flatonia, and then eventually down towards Gonzales and Howidsville. Luling also, you're going to see some pretty heavy rain, although not quite as heavy. That line's not quite as heavy where you are further to the west. As for San Antonio, we think it'll be here within probably the next hour. I've been estimating about 10 to 10:15 in a weakened state, but it still will create some rain as it moves in, and that's what we're going to be watching. The other thing to all this, before I get off the radar very quickly, is rainfall. We've seen some pretty heavy rainfall with this. And what we can do is we can look at the rainfall we've seen so far. And the numbers have not been so bad. Now, remember, they were heavier and stronger earlier. But where the rain did fall, let's say in parts of Gillespie County, we've already picked up an estimated 2 inches. So this is just the start of things. I think we're going to get more rain, more potential for these good downpours coming up in the extended forecast. As for today, we're going to leave those rain chances in basically next few hours through about 3 o'clock. We could see some redevelopment this afternoon, but not as much as what we're seeing this morning. As we go outside for you, 81 here in San Antonio. Converse is at 82. 70s for Bernie and Kerrville, again with that rain on your doorstep. Let's go long term now. On Friday, I think a lot of the rain starts to push off to the south. We still could have a few showers and storms around here. But our heat high moves really far to the west. And this really opens the door for some more showers and storms to move in. Reason being, by the way, Saturday is going to be pretty quiet, but as we get into Sunday and Monday, the reason being, we get an upper level low that starts to move in, we get a boundary, and we get really deep moisture coming in from the Gulf of Mexico. These are all the ingredients you would need to get good rain, and I think we're going to see it, especially Monday into Tuesday. That's when these ingredients all come together. And I think in some spots, we could see up to 3 inches. Now, this is over the next 7 days. This is an aggregate, a cumulative amount of rain. But if we could see on average 1 to 2, spots up to 3, that would be fantastic. And we'll be watching rainfall totals very closely too. So 40% chance of rain, especially this morning. We'll be keeping an eye on the radar. 95, 96 Friday, 96 Saturday, smaller chances for rain. And then we bump the rain chances back up, 30% on Sunday, and then a 60% chance Monday and Tuesday. And temperatures may only reach the 80s. This is all good.
Yeah, no complaints from us.
We love it. I know our viewers out there are like, yes, bring on the rain. And I love that the rain is kind of, we're watching the radar like as throughout our show in real time.
Yeah, it's exciting to see it over your shoulder.
Slowly but surely.
Thank you, Justin.
You got it.
Well, this year's summer hasn't been all fun in the sun. A lot of times it includes dangerous heat and severe storms. However, there are ways to protect yourself and your home.
That's right. Digital journalist Ivan Herrera has some tips on keeping a good defense against Mother Nature's warm weather wrath, say that fast, starting with DIY projects around the house.
Climate change brings frequent and destructive weather from coast to coast. That's led to a dramatic increase in many homeowners' insurance policies. But that price hike doesn't mean you're getting more coverage.
Homeowners insurance generally doesn't cover water coming from outside of your house, so it's not a bad idea to supplement your coverage with a flood policy.
Even without a flood, extreme heat can damage water in surprising ways, specifically with your plumbing. Take metal pipes. They can expand and contract, and over time, leak.
You want to inspect your plumbing routinely or have a plumber do it on a recurring basis. You can also install leak detectors, which will let you know immediately if there is a leak. They can be a little bit expensive to install, but save thousands in the long run.
Consumer Reports recommends this leak detector from Moen. Extreme heat can wreak havoc on your roofing even when the weather is dry. It's essential to inspect it, look for damaged shingles or tiles, and replace them before they leak and cause more damage. The heat could overtax your air conditioning system. Regularly replacing the air filters and scheduling routine professional maintenance will help avoid pricey repairs later on. High heat and humidity can also create the ideal conditions for mold and mildew.
You want to keep the humidity inside your home between 30 and 50%. Anything higher and mold and dust mites can thrive.
CR tests dozens of dehumidifiers and found that this Medea for larger rooms does a great job of removing water from the air, which helps maintain the ideal humidity in your home. Ivan Herrera, KSAT 12 News.
Yeah, and I actually don't really like that mold, but if you're concerned about power outages, a portable generator can help power the essentials in your home. Store that generator in a clean, dry, and ventilated spot so you can access it easily. And don't attach it to your home. Have at least 10 gallons of fresh gasoline on hand in a safety container. And you can add fuel stabilizer to help it last as long as possible. Steph and Sarah.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, my parents live on the coast in Corpus Christi. They have a generator. They always have the water and extra gas.
Good idea.
I mean, especially with Hurricane Beryl, that was projected at one point to come to them. So
definitely prepare. That's all you can do.
And it's a good thing you're doing this story in the summer. A lot of people think of generators when it's winter and when we lose, our heat, but we need it all.
Yeah, and you can have power outages in the summer as well.
Yes. I mean, yeah, Houston's dealing with it last week. Thank you, Ivan.
Thank you. Time now 9:21 and 81 degrees.
We'll be right back.
What if I wanted to open a restaurant? They're hard and they're brutal and they're specific, but I know how to do it.
With the Emmy nominations Wednesday morning, The Bear set a record for most nominations ever for a comedy, 23. And among the shows it's up against for outstanding comedy is the final season of Curb Your Enthusiasm, with its 11th nod in that category. Curb showrunner Jeff Schaffer tells me it's kind of weird to be up against a show like The Bear.
I love The Bear. I've watched every episode. I think it's fantastic. It doesn't make me... It doesn't make me laugh, and it's not trying to. It's making me anxious, which it's trying to. We're a different show. We're actually, all we're trying to do is make people laugh.
We'll see which show wins at the Emmys September 15th on ABC.
Food is never just food.
One of the most celebrated chefs in the world wants to take you on a beautiful adventure through food with his new series, Omnivore. Rene Redzepi is co-founder of the restaurant Noma, thought to be one of the best in the world. And he tells me when he was offered the chance to do TV, he had a very specific vision for a show.
What came up immediately was David Attenborough and Planet Earth, and that level of inspiration and awe and just mind-blowingness I got as a young boy when I watched the nature shows that he did. And I just thought to myself, why can't we do that for food?
Each episode of Omnivore looks at one key ingredient: chili, tuna, salt, banana, pig, rice, coffee, and corn. It premieres tomorrow on Apple TV+. Out today, it's part 1 of Cobra Kai's 6th and final season on Netflix. And Frozen star Kristen Bell with a birthday today. She's 44. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Jason Athens in ABC News, Los Angeles.
Didn't realize you're already on season 6 of Cobra Kai.
I'm a little behind myself.
Yeah, on season 2 still. All right, 9:26, 81 degrees.
A lot more ahead on GMSA at 9. And as we head to break, let's look at the roads with TransGuide. This shot looks okay there at Highway 90 and Nogalitos, and also Highway 90 at Medio Creek. However, we are getting a report of a crash from TxDOT. This is on Loop 410. And 281. We're going to try to check back to see if that has cleared. Earlier we had seen a shot. There you go. There's some backup there. 281 at Loop 410. So just be aware of that. Looks like traffic is still moving, but slowly. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back. It's about 9:30 now. We are anticipating that rain. We see it on the radar, and we can't wait to see it in person.
Tracking it live, Justin. So about how far out are we before getting some potential downpours?
Probably still about 45 minutes or so, guys. But the bummer here, now the clouds are moving in, but the bummer here is that these storms are pretty quickly weakening. It's not to say we're not going to get rain here in San Antonio, but it's not going to be the really robust rain they were getting earlier along this line as it tracked into parts of the hill country. So let's get right to authority radar. And you can see the outflows right here. So the outflow actually is beginning to move into San Antonio. It's made its way into Bexar County. We'll put it into motion here so you can get kind of an idea of where the outflow boundary is right there. And because it is racing so far ahead of the rain now, what's behind it is really starting to weaken. And my fear is that by the time this makes it in San Antonio, it's going to kind of be limping in. But hey, rain is rain, right? We'll take it at this point. This is just kind of the luck of the draw. It's what happens with these outflow-driven lines. And right now, the heaviest of the rain is in parts of Kendall County. We're getting some lightning strikes here. And then also around Canyon Lake, you're kind of getting the edge of it, but the rain is coming through. And then along 281, and we mentioned some pretty heavy rain out to the east as well, just south of Bastrop. That'll work its way down towards I-10. And then Fredericksburg, heavy rains starting to come to an end there, but the rain is just on the doorstep of Kerrville. So you're next night, I'd say give it another 15, 20 minutes in Kerrville. You'll be getting some rain. No severe weather, a couple lightning strikes, some thunder, maybe some brief heavy rain, some gusty winds, but that'll be kind of the extent of it. Sisterdale, Comfort, the rain is right on your doorstep too, and then eventually again this will work its way down towards San Antonio. And what state it will be in, that I think is the big question, but we're still a little while longer before it gets here in San Antonio. And I'll put the ETA on here. It's still showing about, well, it's slowed down a little bit. 10:15, 10:30 is what we're thinking. And the forecast for today, 40% chance of rain this morning with those showers and storms, and we'll bring rain chances down a little bit. We could see some redevelopment this afternoon with a high of 95.
Justin, thank you. All eyes on the Republican National Convention as it's reached its final day in Milwaukee.
Well, tonight, former President Trump will accept the nomination for president, and the country will hear from him during his first speech since the assassination attempt on his life.
CNN's Ivan Rodriguez joins us live. So, Ivan, all week we've talked about how there's been a greater emphasis on unity. Can we expect to hear a similar message from Trump today?
Stephanie, Patty, look, even though there's been maybe some disagreements on policy, the overall underlying theme has been one of unity. So we can expect the former president in his speech tonight to really hit on that message. He knows many people will be watching, and many of those as well are undecided voters that could really be important, especially in key states. On the penultimate night of the Republican National Convention, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance formally accepted the vice presidential nomination.
Mr. President, I will never take for granted the trust you have put in me.
While introducing himself and his life story to the world.
I grew up in Middletown, Ohio, a place that had been cast aside and forgotten by America's ruling class in Washington.
Vance attacked Joe Biden and Democratic policies, making it clear that although he was once a harsh Trump critic, he's now all in.
Now, Joe Biden has been a politician in Washington for longer than I've been alive. For half a century, he's been the champion of every major policy initiative to make America weaker and poorer.
The night's theme, Make America Strong Once Again, highlighted Trump's foreign policy priorities, featuring Gold Star families who lost loved ones during the U.S.'s chaotic withdrawal from Afghanistan.
Joe Biden owes the men and women that served in Afghanistan a debt of gratitude and an apology.
As well as families of Hamas hostages who believe Trump can bring their loved ones home.
We know he stands with the American hostages. We need our beautiful son back. And we need your support.
Tonight's theme, Make America Great Once Again, will underpin former President Trump's address as he formally accepts his nomination for president for the third time and lays out his vision for what a second Trump term will be. Meanwhile, days after the attempt to assassinate Trump, the House Oversight Committee has subpoenaed Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle to appear at a committee hearing July 22nd. Stephanie, Sarah?
Okay, Ivan, so Congressman Adam Schiff is also now calling on President Biden to drop out of the race, and a new poll shows a majority of Democrats are calling on Biden to do the same. So what are you learning and hearing, and is Biden responding?
Schiff's statement is definitely a blow to the campaign. It's important to remember that Schiff is running for a U.S. Senate seat in California. In his statement, he said partly that he believes it's time for him to pass the torch and in doing so secure his legacy of leadership by then allowing Democrats to beat Donald Trump in the general election. We're also hearing from sources that former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has privately urged Biden to drop out of the race, mainly because polls are not in his favor. Recent polling this week showing a 65% majority of Democrats and Democratic-leaning independents would like Biden to withdraw and allow his party to select a different candidate. Meanwhile, when we paint that contrast here, Republicans, roughly 3/4 of them believe Trump should continue running for president.
All right, CNN's Ivan Rodriguez, thank you for joining us today. Well, looking ahead, Behind the Kitchen Door is back, and tonight on the Night Beat, we are shining a spotlight on some places where employees were caught not washing hands and containers of food were being kept on the ground. So these are just some of the violations that food inspectors found at several restaurants. Our Daniela Ibarra takes us behind the kitchen door tonight on the Night Beat.
And in case you missed the latest KSAT Explains, have you ever heard about those so-called forever chemicals? New federal regulations limit how much of these chemicals can be in our drinking water, but what are they and how are we exposed to them?
Just about every organ and function in our body seems to be impacted by these chemicals.
Do you think it's safe to say that everyone, and I truly mean everyone, has been exposed to these chemicals?
I don't see how it would be possible that they weren't.
KSAT Explains looks at how forever chemicals are used, what SAWS says they found when testing our very own drinking water here in San Antonio, and what you can do to minimize your exposure. Just take out your phone, scan this QR code on your screen, and watch it right now on KSAT.com. You can also find it on KSAT Plus and, of course, on our YouTube channel. Looking now to consumer news, there are several stories making headlines this morning.
That's right. Our Ivan Herrera joins us now live with some of the details. Good morning, Ivan.
Good morning, guys. All right, so President Joe Biden has canceled another $1.2 billion of student debt. And this latest round impacts 35,000 public sector workers, including teachers, nurses, and firefighters. The borrowers qualify for debt relief through the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program. It was created nearly 2 decades ago, but the Biden administration expanded it to make it a little easier to qualify. Now, to date, Biden has canceled more than $168 billion of federal student loan debt for nearly 4.8 million Americans. Now, while shoppers are grabbing deals on Amazon Prime for the past 2 days, the company's warehouse workers are more likely to get injured during these times. Now, that's from the U.S. Senate investigation. The Committee on Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions found Amazon's warehouses are especially dangerous during Prime Day and the holiday season, which is just around the corner. Now, the report found that those times have a high volume of work and intense pressure to work long hours and ignore safety guidelines. Now, an Amazon spokesperson says since 2019, reportable injuries are down 28%, but the investigation showed that in that same year, 10 out of 100 workers had severe injuries enough to report to OSHA. Now, more than double the average of U.S. warehousing and storage industry. So record-breaking travel demand has helped push United Airlines to overcome costs and post $1.3 billion in profits in the latest quarter. That's up 23%. But United warns that a glut of available flights could cut into profits since airlines are now cutting prices to fill seats, which is good for consumers. Now, Netflix reports its second quarter results. Today, analysts think it'll show subscriber growth has slowed down significantly, but they're also expecting Netflix to show much stronger ad revenues thanks to more people opting in for the ad-supported tier. Are you on the ad-supported or are you on the not ad-supported?
Not.
No, not.
Yeah.
We do not have timer ads in my house.
Guys, I am on the ad-supported. I'm one of those people, so I hate to say it, but I need to watch the ads because I don't want to pay that much.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the other streaming services we have the ads because you just have to.
Yeah.
It's cheaper that way.
Talking about earlier, like some of us still on our parents' accounts.
Yes.
And then they eventually kicked you off.
So for me, it's the reverse. My mom's on my account, but they're trying to geo-lock them, so they're like, no, get off of there.
My favorite thing to do is if someone's sharing your account is go in just to see if they're still using it, change their profile picture to something really awkward and funny to see if they notice. And then you're like, oh, you're still using it? Okay.
I'm going to do that next time.
I think they will notice.
Guys, thank you so much.
Thank you, Ivan. Time now 9:40 and 81 degrees. You're watching GMSA at 9.
Zoo Cam, my favorite part of the 9 o'clock show, and it's the flamingos. I think they know that, oh my gosh, it's like, are those peacocks? Are they encroaching on the flamingo territory? Oh, they're cranes. Maybe that's why. Oh, look.
That one with the
oh
little
my
mohawk.
gosh, it just gave us a little show for the camera.
Oh,
I loved that.
Look, they're walking together.
Maybe the flamingos are just in the water to see this showdown fight between the cranes. Oh, look. Oh, they're scaring off the crow.
I think it's because of the rain.
Yeah, it's
my guess.
Yeah, no, I'm here for the cheese man on the Zoo Cam. Hey, we'll be right back.
Welcome back. It's 9:44. We are anticipating that rain. I'm glad it's going to stick around. It's not just one of those things that's going to come for one day and then it's gone.
It's kind of like a vacation week of just hit or miss rain.
You're right. Well, let me say this. Today we'll get some rain, and by the way, it's kind of dying down, but we'll get to that in a second. I think I want to temper expectations before I start getting emails.
Okay.
And tomorrow and Saturday, I think lower rain chances will be in place. But you're exactly right. Next week looks really good, and I think we'll see several days where we get these just scattered downpours, and it will really help our situation. So let's go to the radar. And yes, the rain's trying to get here, but it is limping in at this point. This was kind of the fear, right? When you get these outflow-driven lines, The outflow is getting way out ahead of this line, and so it's kind of slowing up a little bit, and you're seeing the intensities really fall off. Hopefully, we'll at least get some rain here in San Antonio, but I think it's going to be on the lighter side as this really dies down. Now, the outflow boundary has made it to 1604, so it's going to bring breezy, gusty winds first off, and then the rain now really lags pretty far behind where this outflow boundary is. So there's still some rain around Sisterdale. It's trying to edge a little bit closer to Bernie. We're seeing this part of the line really kind of fall apart along 281, but still some good rain there between Blanco and, say, down towards Bulverde. And then as you get further north, there's been some lingering rain around Fredericksburg. So this will fill up the rain gauge nicely. It's just, again, San Antonio, I don't think is going to see really the same situation, unfortunately, as this line is quickly falling apart. Rain, good rain in San Marcos. So up I-35, we're seeing the showers and storms. And then still a lot of lightning strikes on the eastern flank of this storm that's working its way towards Gonzales. And what I did earlier is I turned on the lightning strike counter, and this is really telling. So when the initial frame started an hour ago, we were up to like 300 strikes or so, and now we're down to 144. So this is quickly falling apart. I know folks here in San Antonio are like, come on, you got to make it here. We'll see. I'm becoming a little bit skeptical at this point. It's just the luck of the draw. It's how these go. But if we do have some outflow boundaries around this afternoon, it's conceivable we could see some redevelopment, although it won't be as widespread as this. Okay, so let's take a look at the rain chances today. I'm going to keep them at 40% next few hours and then drop them off because the air does get, the atmosphere gets a little bit more stable, and then 20% as we get into tonight. Outside right now, clouds have certainly shifted in out ahead of this line. It's 81. And because we have the cloud cover and that outflow boundary and a little bit of rain around, that should keep temperatures in check. If anything else, that'll be nice. 81 in New Braunfels, 82 Converse, 77 Bernie, 79 right now in Kerrville. And let's look long term now. And this is that positive forecast I was talking about going forward. So our heat high is way out to the west. And as we get into Saturday, pretty quiet, but Sunday things really do begin to change. We get an upper level low, we get a boundary, we get good moisture in place, and this all spells it's the ingredients that we would need for good rain in spots at least, and that'll continue into Monday and Tuesday. So I've upped rain chances to 60%, and yes, some places could see up to 3 inches. Now this is aggregate over 7 days, but boy, that would be a really helpful thing to our reservoirs, aquifer, your lawns, all of the above. So extended forecast, 96 Friday, 96 Saturday, just a 20% chance of rain. We bring it up to 30% chance Sunday, and then there's your 60% chance of rain Monday and Tuesday with below average temperatures, it looks like, to finish out July.
Thank you very much, Justin. Well, good news if you need a little pick-me-up this morning.
That's right. Patty Santos joins us with some stories that are sure to put a smile on your face this morning. Good morning, Patty.
Hey there. Good morning. All right. You guys have siblings, right?
Yes.
Everybody knows sometimes siblings, it's like a love and hate relationship there with the siblings. Yeah, well, imagine being stuck with them for 100 years. Doris Ward and Loris Pryor are dancing their way into a new century. The twins from Detroit celebrated their 100th birthday this week. Between them, they have 9 children and generations of grandchildren and great-grandchildren. They call living this long blessing, a blessing that they never imagined that would happen. Aww. Look at them.
They look great for 100.
I mean, they look really good for 100. I would have said maybe 70.
Yeah.
Maybe,
right? I love the tiaras. Yeah, celebrating right.
All right, and now viewers watching the Republican National Convention this week are going nuts over a pair of furry friends. On Tuesday, West Virginia Governor Jim Justice brought his famous English bulldog named Baby Dog on stage with him. Now, Baby Dog is very well known in the Mountain State because she was the centerpiece of Justice's COVID vaccination campaign. Also basking in the spotlight is Lambeau, a 7-year-old English Labrador Retriever and service dog for Terrence Wall. The Wisconsin delegate says Lambeau probably gets asked for at least 250 pictures each day at the convention. And of course, he's all about the attention, right?
How cute.
So cute. And get this, Mickey Mouse has broken a world record at Disneyland Paris this weekend. More than 1,500 drones lit up the sky in the likeness of Mickey Mouse. That's so cool right there.
Wow.
This is all in honor of Bastille Day, a celebration of France's revolution. The Guinness Book of World Records says that set the record for the largest aerial display of fictional characters formed by drones. So a lot of happy news there to share. Look at how beautiful that is.
Did you hear that Mickey and Minnie broke up? Did y'all hear this? I am not kidding. I was outraged when I heard this. I was like,
they did not.
Who is making this stuff up?
They broke up in the drones there.
Yeah,
but
yes.
Like, you know how they were like Miss Piggy and Kermit broke up?
Well, I mean, but we could see that coming.
That one seemed a little toxic, yeah.
Let's leave Mickey and Minnie alone.
Yeah,
they're fine.
Yeah, they're fine.
They're
so
fine.
I know that was the narrative that I think Disney was trying to push, but
It didn't happen.
Not in my heart.
I know.
They are always together.
I know, and that's what I'm going to tell my daughter. They're still together.
Still together.
Don't
fine.
believe all that
They're
cheeseman.
fine.
Thank you, Patty.
Thank you. Time now 9:50 and 81 degrees for now.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back. It is 9:54. Let's look out there with TransGuide. Now looking at Highway 90 at Nogalitos. Things looking good on that shot. Also this shot here at Highway 90 at Medio Creek. We still had listed a crash on 281 and Loop 410. You're not looking at it yet, but there were some big backups right there earlier in the newscast, and I'm looking at the TxDOT website, and it looks like it's not on there anymore. So, oh yeah, there you go. It looks better now. 281 at 410, we are clear there. So just some construction throughout the city, but nothing too big at this hour.
All right. As we look at authority radar, it's not looking great. I got to tell you, these storms have really started to fall apart and kind of put on the brakes. Reason for that, this outflow boundary that helped create all of this is racing way out ahead, and that is reducing our chances, unfortunately, of getting good rain here in San Antonio. Could we see some sprinkles? Yes, but these storms are really kind of falling apart, with the exception being up there near Bernie. We do have a nice cell that's working in your direction. Storms will be there soon. But as far as San Antonio is concerned, we'll get some cooler weather behind the outflow boundary, some gusty winds, but at this point, I wouldn't bank on a lot of rain here in town. We'll certainly keep you posted and keep an eye on the radar, but it's not looking as good as it once was. And of course, Mia will have a full update coming up at noontime. Also, still some pretty good storms and some lightning showing up there east of Luling and around San Marcos. So there are still some pockets of heavy rain here and there. And I do want to mention Kerrville. You're about to get some pretty decent rain. It is just started there in Kerrville, Sisterdale, and I mentioned Bernie. That rain is just on your doorstep here in San Antonio, just cloudy. And there is the outflow boundary right there coming through as we speak. And then the heaviest of the rain there east of Luling. So, looking at the forecast, we'll see that 40% chance of rain today. Although, as we get into the afternoon, once this passes by, rain chances will reduce, and then we'll get some good rain chances next week.
Well, that's okay for today. We'll take that cloud cover and the lower temperatures.
I have an update about Mickey and Minnie breaking up.
Oh, no.
What?
It better be good.
Disney said the falsest claim that the claim is false because a TikTok video was all satire.
See, I told you.
They did it break up, everyone.